Fiber by Design with Ohloops. This is episode 34. My name's Sarah Stevens, also known as Sarah Stevens on Ravelry and Sarah Stevens 11 on Instagram. Yep.
I'm Lydia. You can find me as Lydia B on Ravelry and Lydia Knits on Instagram. You can also find us as Ohloops on both Instagram and Ravelry.
Yes. Yes. So it's been a while since we've podcasted.
Almost a month, I think.
It's been a really long time. So much stuff has happened.
Yeah. It's been a whirlwind for sure.
We've had broken down cars and sick kids, lots of soccer,
Sick me, and I'm still
sick persons. Yeah, it's just been crazy. So we're finally getting a chance to get back to a regular podcasting schedule, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
I say that. I should knock on wood somewhere.
I don't know if there is any.
So yeah, welcome to new viewers, and thank you to all the returning viewers,
Yes.
those who are sticking with us. We really appreciate it.
Yes,
And all the shares on iTunes and YouTube as well.
Mhm.
The likes and shares. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
So, yeah. So I guess moving right
Into the knitting.
into knitting stuff, because it is a knitting and fiber podcast, right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
On
Sometimes
occasion.
it's other things as well. But, so, I guess we'll work on, you want to show FOs first?
Sure.
Finished things?
Sure.
How many finished things do you have?
3.
I have 3 too. Okay. So, I'll just go.
Okay.
The first one. So, I made a hat.
I love the hat.
It is just the, it's a sockhead hat with a teeny tiny little brim. Like, teeny tiny. Maybe only 3/4 of an inch. It's not even an inch. And I just striped it all the way up. So, the colorways are, let's see. The grayish color is the Little Black Rain Cloud from 3 Irish Girls. And the sport weight, and that was on their Kel's Sport, I believe. It just had like a small little ball. And then the sport weight is our book club yarn. So it was that January's book club? We read The Museum of Extraordinary Things and dyed yarn for them. And one of them was this one. And this is the Eddie Cohen colorway. I don't know, I think we dyed like 10 skeins. Something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
So I love the way it knit up.
Me too. It's very pretty.
I think it's very fun. Vanessa kind of cleaned it right away, and it was so cute. She looks very bohemian. And which my Ipsy bag is coming, and it's bohemian chic. So I was like, it's too cute. Okay, so tangent right there. Yeah, so I love it. I'm excited. I would model it, but I have total hat head right now because my other hat's on, so I'm not taking it off. I have 9 million ends to weave in. Look at these ends. That is insane.
That is insane.
That might not happen.
You could just leave them and she could wear it like that, and then she could have like the whole like jellyfish thing going on from Shark Tale.
Oh my gosh. I remember that show. That's hysterical.
Just a thought. Could be your Halloween costume.
Oh, a Halloween costume. There you go. Yep. So, very cute. I like it.
I like the colors together. They
Me
worked out
too.
nicely.
It was fun. It was a fun, fast knit. I think I did 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I did 10 rows of our sport, of the Eddie Cohen, and then 4 rows of the Little Black Rain Cloud. And I want to say I used, well, I have notes in here, but I think I used a size 3 for my brim. No. I used a 3 for the brim and a 4 for the hat. So.
Very cool.
Yeah, I liked it. He's good.
My first one is the small size of my Ireland's Teardrop bag. This is the one that is pictured in the pattern. And I used our superwash worsted, which is 100% merino. And I used all of the yarn except for maybe, we're talking like 2 inches, like not very much. There was nothing left. And this is the Pooh's Honey Bucket colorway that Sarah dyed for the Disney collection last year. Yeah, and it's this really beautiful dark navy. The only difference between the small version and the long version of my bag is that there are 2 lacy sections on the small one, and then it's a little bit taller, and there's a third on the long one. So
the navy one needs to be mine.
Emma has already said that. She's like, Mom, are you done doing what you need to with that bag? Because I really want it. Yeah. She wants one. My sister-in-law wants one. I'll probably have to knit myself another one because I don't think I get to keep either of the ones. I sent the large one I made to Sarah for our swap this month. I love it. I'm going to need to make myself one. And,
where'd you get your buttons?
These, actually, funny story. So, when I was a kid, my grandmother had a huge button collection. We're talking like thousands of buttons. And my cousin Joanna and I always loved playing in them. And she had buttons that she had taken off of my grandfather's clothes when she was hemming them, buttons that she had just collected from random things that had fallen off the kids' clothes, all kinds of stuff. And when she passed away several years ago, my cousin Joanna and I decided that we would split the collection of buttons between the 2 of us because we remembered liking that as kids. And so these 2 buttons are just buttons that were in that collection, so I honestly don't know where they originated from.
I think it was that era, though, because my grandma had a button collection, too. It was like this huge, clear jar, and every time there were buttons in there, and she would be able to tell you, for the most part, what a lot of them were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure my grandma could have, too. There are some that I can pick out. Like, there are a few that have, they're like big, huge, black round buttons, and they have an anchor on them, and I know that those were from my grandfather's petticoat from when he was in the military. And so, things like that, but others, I don't know, I couldn't tell you. They're from something, all right, though. I just wanted to show this fun little feature with my bag. When you're not using it, you can roll it all up, and it tucks inside of itself.
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
You can just put it inside something.
I like that.
Me too. So yeah.
I want to make that. I have too many things on my list. I need to make that, though. I would love that, especially in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's fun. I like both of them. I want to make a large one, too, because, like I said, I gave the large one I made away. So I want to make a large one.
My next one is also a hat. It's just a little beanie hat. And there it is. That guy. So cute. And it's called Spring Sproutling. Little sprouts that come up. I like it. It's cute. This is out of our Spring Sproutling colorway. So I had designed a pair of little clog socks for this month's kit. But I had to make a hat out of it. I don't know. I needed a neutral hat. So
it's really pretty.
Yep. It just takes 1 skein of the superwash worsted. Ours is 100% superwash merino. And I'm just in love with it. The sweet colors. So, that's it. I'm probably going to make another one. I like it.
Yeah, I want to cast onto it too. I love how that colorway ended up. It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Very subtle.
Yeah. It seems very spring to me.
Mm-hmm. It's very spring, but I think it would also be beautiful, like, to wear in the winter because it has the light colors in it.
Yes. Or baby.
Mm-hmm. This is the Something Beautiful Shrug by Nicole Ratliff, and I made the 6 to 12 month size. Yeah, 6 to 12 months. And I used our sport weight colorway that Sarah dyed for the Easter collection. This is the Little Bunny Foo-Foo, and I just held it double so that it would get the same gauge.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it too.
And the button is like the perfect match.
The little pink button. Yeah, so I held our sport weight double, and I used a size 8 needle to obtain gauge, and I think the pattern calls for like a 6.
I think it's like a 6.
Yeah, but I used an 8 to get the gauge. I really like how they're coloring it up, because it's very little girl spring to me, but I think it will be pretty all the time. So I'm hoping that my friend that I made it for will enjoy it. So
I like it.
me too.
I think she'll like it.
Yeah, me too.
It's freezing.
It's
still.
a little chilly
it's
out
so
here.
chilly. My toes are totally numb, and
It's supposed to be in the 70s this afternoon,
I'm
but
putting
it's
these on as
early
soon
in
as
the
I show
morning.
you. So these are the little garden clog socks that I made for this month's kids, and these are actually not my size. These are the smallest size, although they are going on my feet right now. I honestly, I honestly think that these are the fastest socks, and that could just be my personal opinion. For worsted weight, I've knit another pair of worsted weight socks before, and those ones were cuffed down, and that's not really my forte, so I don't know if it was because they were cuffed down or what, but I think you could probably knit a pair of these in a day. So I think they'd make really fast Christmas gifts or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or house socks.
Mm-hmm.
They'd make good house socks. So they're really cute.
They are cute.
And I was really super excited because Malabrigo totally shared them on Instagram.
They did.
So that like made my day. Lydia's like, "Have you seen?" I was like, "No." So
I was scrolling through Instagram and I'm looking at this thing and it says Malabrigo, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's Sarah's sock. And so I'm like, I had to go, and I'm like, Malabrigo actually posted a picture of Sarah's sock. I'm like, that's
they did,
really
and it
cool.
was so cool. And I was like, oh! I kind of squealed like really loud, little girl style, and yeah, it was good.
It was pretty exciting.
So yeah, I made the smallest size that I brought, and I have the medium size at home. I should have brought them actually. I just used them out of scraps, so they're not even the same. Like one sock is one one yarn and one sock's the other one. But I've been keeping them by my knitting chair because I like having socks on when I'm knitting because my feet are getting cold. But I actually don't like to wear them around the house as much unless I have my clogs on, and so it just weird. I'm a weird sock person.
I'm the same way. I like to have socks on only at specific times.
Yeah.
I'm not really a sock wearer. I don't wear them very often.
Yeah. So I love them. They're my favorites. I might have to make a couple more pair.
They're cool.
For a while, I thought they were my Sally Tower slippers. I thought those were my favorite, like go-to
I
quick
love those.
socks. So that's all of my FOs. I don't have any more FOs.
Well,
I have hose, but I have no
I have
FOs.
one last one. I finished my Ricky hat.
I love this hat.
And I have to be honest, when I was knitting this, I did not like it. I'm not going to lie. And I'm sorry, Daniela. I know it's like your favorite hat in the world. I was like, I think I'm going to hate this hat. I really, truly was like, I'm never going to wear it. Because it seems
huge.
Humongous.
Okay? I mean, it looks huge right now.
It's huge. But when you put it on, it's really cute. And I love it. And I decided to add buttons to mine. Which I think is just fun.
I like the buttons.
Yeah, and this is our DK 115, and this is the Past the Pie colorway that Sarah did for our book club, which was, what month did we read this? February, right? Yeah, this was
book
February's
club.
book club yarn. This is the Past the Pie. I have bobby pins in, so it'll stick to my head, so I won't put it on, but I love it. I love wearing it. I love the way it looks. It's comfy.
I love it.
It looks really cute on my daughter. She has decided she needs one.
It looked really funny on her husband.
It looked hysterical on my husband because he, like, when I had it on the way it was supposed to be on, it looked fine, but he was sitting there and it had slouched down but like moved, it was all cockeyed, but he totally was so not PC, but he looked like
it looked like a turban.
It looked like a turban
with buttons,
but then it looked like it was a turban that had kind of been turned into like one of those floppy chef hats. It was the funniest thing. I'm like, what did you do to the hat? Like, why does it look so funny on you?
It was hysterical.
But I love it. So I think I will make him one. I won't add the buttons. I've decided the buttons are not a guy thing.
No, it's
but it looked
definitely
pretty good on him. He was always kind of skeptical about slouchy hats. Like he's like, I don't know if I'm a slouchy hat kind of guy, but it didn't look bad. So I think I would make him like a dark gray or a dark brown one. Mm-hmm. But I really do love it.
You'll note that I think that month was the last month that our DK had the original tags.
Mm-hmm.
We've been slowly transitioning, so you'll note that that is not the same name if you have the new tags.
Right.
It's now the loop-de-loop.
Yes, the loop-to-loop.
So, yeah, we'll explain that as we go, but our names are slowly changing.
Mm-hmm. We're getting a new look.
We're getting a new image. We're growing up, so Ohloops is growing up a little bit.
A little bit.
It's kind of fun.
I don't know that we are actually growing up any, but Ohloops is.
Right. Right. Well, you know.
Yeah. Right? And for me, so I used, the pattern calls for a size 5 for the brim and then a 7 for the hat part. I didn't use those. I used a size 7 for the brim and an 8.5 for the hat part. And I got the gauge.
So. Gauge.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So.
I love that.
I really do love it. I will be making more.
So, okay. I have 2 hose. Here's my first hoe. I sound so dirty. Okay. Look at this. So.
These are the craziest
These
socks.
are the coolest socks. So this sock, you almost have to see it in parts first. See that? This is the coolest gradient stripe ever.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
And it's intentional. So, this yarn is by Knit Circus. And it's the February Gradient Striping Club. And she gives you 2 identical balls of yarn. I didn't bring the other one, but this yarn is 75% superwash merino, 15% nylon, and 10% tencel, and it's on her pirouette base. 385 yards, 3.5 ounces, and it's called Opposites Attract. I tried my darndest to use the entire mini skein. It has this amazing sheen. It is so soft. So there's a good chunk of it. So it actually goes from this light blue and like khaki color and goes into light blue and denim. I didn't even get to the denim. So you can kind of get to see a spot of the denim color that it goes into because it looks like the dye dripped here by accident when it was getting dyed up. So there's a lot more yarn left, but
it would almost be cool if you started the other one.
Yes. So I was going to ask, like, what are your guys' opinions? Should I start my second sock and make it identical? Or do I start my second sock from the reverse?
I vote reverse. I think that would be cool.
So yeah, I've been toying with that idea. That's why I have 2 hose that are completely different. Anyways.
Just gonna leave that.
Just gonna leave that. So I cast on these guys. These are knit on my US 1. No, I knit these on my US 0s. It's my Just Another Vanilla Sock pattern with a textured heel on the back. Kind of my go-to. Way longer than normal because, like I said, I was really trying to use it all. Like I was like, what am I gonna use? What else am I gonna use this yarn for? So I was really trying to use it all, and I was like, well, then I can just fold it down if I made it really long. But I had to be done. Like, I put it on, and I was like, this is tall enough. Even at folding it, like, I can't go any higher. So that didn't work. So yeah, my Just Another Vanilla Sock pattern, cast on toe up with Turkish cast on. Really long cuff.
I actually really like the
textured
long
heel.
cuff.
Me too. It's when I put it on, it's actually my favorite. I just don't like knitting it for very long. So that's it. That is my first My first toe. And I'm in love with it. My second club should be coming pretty soon. Shipment from them. So I really need to get my second sock done. So that way it's in time for my next gradient, which I'm curious to see what base it'll be. And it's from Knit Circus. So you can find her on Etsy, I believe. So that's a new to me yarn company. We tried to make it a point to do our next clubs, new to us clubs. And so this one was my choice, and then
I did the Milky Robot.
Yep, she did Milky Robot. So kind of fun.
I have a hoe as well.
I seriously just want to sing that song every single time.
I finished. Sorry, there's a little. I haven't woven in my end yet.
I love it.
I finished my first Victoria and the White Cat sock, and I decided to make it a shorty, because I will wear it more if it's a shorty. So, and I love it, so I do want to wear it.
I love it a lot.
Yeah, so this is Sarah's Cafe Vanilla Latte with a twist pattern, and this is the Victoria and the White Cat colorway that I dyed for our Broadway collection. She's from Cats. And I used my Hiya US size 2 to get the gauge that Sarah has. So, I love it.
I love it as well.
I'm excited to
We've been
wear
kind of
it.
like rocking the pastels.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm. Because they're pretty.
They're beautiful.
I've learned to embrace certain pastels. Like I can't do. There are some that I still can't do.
No.
But I'm good with certain pastels. Like I really like gray and natural. And I like the light toffee browns and.
I love the light buttery yellows. I've always loved the light buttery yellows, though. That's kind of been one of my...
And I like the icy blues and the periwinkles and the really light lilac-y lavenders.
Certain colors can get too baby, though, or something
Pink.
like pink.
Pink is a...
Pink and blue. It has to be the right pink
like
and the right blue.
This blue worked out well because it's more... I don't know. It looks more icy to me.
And it has to be the right yellow, too. Like, it can't just be... I don't know. As I'm wearing a big old yellow. And knitting yellow. But certain yellows, it just can't happen.
Yeah, I totally get it. And then it's in my very first Freckled Whimsy bag.
I just ordered my first one today, just this morning. I'm so excited.
This was my very first one, and I love it. And she's, you can find her on Etsy. It's freckledwhimsy.etsy.com.
Yes.
I think the thing I love about her, I love all of her little interior fabrics, too. I like her interior ones almost as much as her exterior ones.
I love all of it.
And I love that there's the big clip that comes off.
I love that it comes off.
Yep.
I love the height. I love that it zippers with the height. Normally, when you have taller bags, I find that we only see drawstrings.
Yeah, I love the zipper.
I love that it zippers.
I love that they can, like, she shows them all folded down. I love that they can fold down and be all cute with the exterior fabric, or the interior fabric on the outside.
It's got a nice amount of
interfacing.
And I love
It's all
that.
nice and sturdy and stiff, which I love.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I have to show this. So in here, my little notion that I have in here is from Jackie. Jackie made this for me for Christmas, but it's a tape measure that looks like Jack Skellington.
I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. I haven't cast on to the other one yet because I'm just not in a sock knitting mode at the moment. And I won't wear them now for months anyway, so Sarah's wearing hers right now.
I'm wearing mine right now.
You can't get socks on my feet at this point, so I won't wear it. I shouldn't say I won't, because I've been wearing my Sally slipper socks, and I do have to wear them at church because I have to wear them in the nursery. So I could wear them, but
Yes.
so I have that.
That's stuff. Love it. I love it. I love it.
Me too.
Okay, so I am a socks education dropout. I'm a total socks ed dropout. I failed. I completely failed.
No, you didn't.
So, the fourth attempt, which is not on this sock, I did master the fish lips kiss heel, and I do understand. I was helping some ladies with it yesterday. I totally get it.
OMG heel.
I mean the OMG. Sorry, we're doing the fish lips kiss heel next time, but it was Megan's OMG heel, and I botched it the first 2 go-rounds. The third time, I think I was just frustrated, and nothing was going right for me. So the fourth time is a charm, apparently, and I made it work. But by the time the fourth time happened, I really just wanted this sock knit. So I just did my go-to sock. I ripped the sucker back and just did my go-to heel for this guy. And I'll do that again for the other skein, my other little mini partial skein. But this is Mustache Yarns.
I love it.
In her perfect sock base. In the Kama Sutra colorway. This is the 22 stripe, I believe. The 22 stripe. Seriously? Okay, well, apparently I don't have notes on that. I think it's the 22 stripes, Kama Sutra. And I got, my skein was a little short. So, knowingly, I went into that. Like, she didn't short me. I really, really wanted this colorway. And she's like, I don't have a full skein left. I have this partial guy. Do you want that? I said, yes! I do. And I am in love with it. And she's amazing. And I don't know what she does. But this sock, these stripes are genius. Mm-hmm. They're perfect. I love that is a tiny little pink toe. Just all about it. All of it. So amazing. They're also super tall. I used every last bit of that skein of yarn, that little guy. I bound off and I had this much yarn left. So
You used all of it.
I used every bit of it. So I have one tiny little mini skein. One tiny little mini skein left. This guy. And this is what it looks like. So, this is the last guy left.
Cute.
I'm in love with it. Totally in love with it.
And she gives them to you in like two.
She divides it for you. So they're already pre-divided. So you literally can cast on both socks knowing that you're starting at the exact same point for both of them.
That's awesome.
And I love it. She's genius. It's just, and then the Knit Circus Scout does the same thing. She gives you the two, so you can literally cast on at the same time.
That's cool.
If you wanted to do two at a time, or if you want to do them one at a time, but start at the same, have the same identical sock. I love it.
Nice.
It's genius.
It is genius. That's very cool. I have this. I cast on to another Ireland's teardrop out of, I guess I'll talk about my bag first. So this bag, which I'm in love with, I think everything about it is genius, was my swap bag that Susan made me last month. And I love the interior fabric just as much because it's
like a sweater bag.
Yeah.
It is. She made you
It's
a sweater
huge.
bag.
I love it. I think it's beautiful. But I cast onto little Ireland's teardrop, and I'm making another small one. And I'm using our kit colorway, the purple one, which is the A Change in the Weather. So here's how it's knitting up. I really like the way it's knitting up too. I think it's really subtle and pretty.
That.
And I dyed this in the new technique that I'm using, which is it's like this new layered thing, so you get multiple colors, which is pretty. And I'm using my little Nomi stitch marker. I love him.
I love you.
Thank you. And he comes from, I have to look at the name of this shop. I want to say it's Bead something. Yeah, Bead Passion. So she, Bead Passion on Etsy. And he came in, he was part of a garden gnome set, so there were, and I'm using my Haya circulars, and this is a size US 10. So, which makes the bag all nice and stretchy.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. So, I'm still working on the increases for the bottom, so I haven't done a whole heck of a lot quite yet, but
Yeah.
I'll get there. It's a really fast bag. Once you get into it, you can knit it very quickly. So, and I also have goodies in my bag. I have this little cute Notions pouch that Jason gave me
That's
for our swap
cute.
last summer.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it's super cute. And then I have my Jane Austen Band-Aids that Saratoga Knitting gave me like a year or two ago.
That's cute.
I stab myself all the time, you guys, with knitting needles. Never fails, so I carry Band-Aids with me pretty much all the time.
That's awesome.
Because I have this like never going away hole in the tip of my finger, and I repeatedly stab the same exact spot over and over.
That's fantastic. I love it.
So, but I love this bag. I love everything about it.
I love that
The little
too.
fairies, and I love this blue color, and I like that the inside has the little dandelion things.
I love the
little
inside.
wispy dandelions. And that's our worsted weight. I think I said that.
Yeah.
If I did or not. But it's our worsted weight here.
I like it.
Me too.
Okay, so I am using currently my March swappy bag, and I didn't get permission to say your name, so but she made me the most awesome. I got like the best March swap package. But she made me this cute beer bag, and it says Happy St. Patrick's Day. It has all these bottles of beer. It has this sparkly shamrock interior,
Which I think is cute.
I love it. She gave me this cute stitch marker set, and I actually put one of the stitch markers, it's the Progress Keeper, on the zipper pull just because I wanted to see it all the time.
Sure.
So it's there if I need it, but it's also there to help open and close my bag. And it's just this cute little shamrock. And then the rest of the stitch markers were little, just simple ones with the little glass beads.
Cute.
Teeny tiny. And then I got the coolest package in the mail that I was totally not expecting. I actually got a couple of those, but, and in it, this right here, it's patent pending still. This thing is the coolest thing ever, and it's called the sock ruler. You can find it at sockruler.com. But the idea behind this thing is you can do it toe up or cuff down and stick it inside your sock and measure, or go cuff down and measure to know when you're going to start your heel flap or when you're going to start your increases for your heel. It's like the most genius thing in the world. I need more of these in my life. I love it. And then in that package, she also gave me this Regia yarn. I think it's Regia. It might be open. I have to go check. I left the band at home. I was just so excited about casting these stinking things on. I'm using, they're just going to be plain old vanilla socks, just another vanilla sock. I'm using size 0s. When all your socks are on all of the other needles, I break out the old school knit picks.
Totally.
And they still work great. I still love these. These are probably one of my favorite size 0s, other than my Hiya-Hiyas, honestly. But yeah, oh, and I'm using my little mushroom Progress Keeper.
Which I love.
I love this guy. So, out of the Palmer clay. Super cute. I think it'll make comfy socks. And I like the stitch definition, and yeah, it's good. I likes it.
Cool.
It's weird knitting from one of these big balls, though. I will say that. So, it's bizarre. It's been a long time.
I agree. I have this.
Yes.
This is my newest freckled Whimsy bag, and I'm kind of obsessed with it.
I love it.
This is, yeah, I love it. And here, I just cast on to Susan Ashcroft's TGV shawl. So I'm doing that, and like Sarah, none of my regular needles were free, so I'm using my Bamboo Knitter's Pride ones, or no, Knit Picks ones. They're Knit Picks ones too. Yeah, so it's been a long time since I've used those, but they still work and I like them. This is, we did this club colorway 3 years ago.
I think it was in like the April.
Yeah, this is the Jasmine on My Mind. It was a contrasting heel toe skein. It had a turquoise toe skein that came with it. And I love the way it's knitting up. It's like purples and peachy colors. And I have the little yellow rose progress keeper that we did for my mom's cowl kits on there, just to measure how far I've gotten in a day.
It's really helpful. I really like having them on there to measure, because sometimes I feel like I'm not making any progress.
Right.
At all. So it's kind of nice.
It is nice. Yeah, I like having it too. And I'm knitting that. It's our platinum yarn, and it's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, which I like because it makes it super stretchy, because that shawl, because of the way you do the top of it, the top of it's not overly stretchy like some. So it gets more stretchy when you do the border, but
I love that pattern though.
Me too.
We did that for Camp Loopy one year, didn't we?
Yeah, it was my very first Camp Loopy project, and I did that Zauber ball that was like the purples and
right.
And I gave it to my sister-in-law for Christmas that year.
And I did 2 of them, and I made them for my mom and my mother-in-law. I remember I used the Adorn 3 Irish Girls.
Yeah, it's a super easy, nothing to it pattern, which I like. So it's a good TV knitting or car knitting project or soccer practice project or
Totally. And you need those every once in a while in your life.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Let's see what I have going on in here.
The Mardi Gras bag.
Oh, there's the yarn. So here, you can see it. I forgot I brought it. This is how much is left from that Knit Circus yarn. That is a lot of yarn, especially when this is the cake that it comes in. I mean, there was no way I was getting to it. So, it's funny. I didn't realize that was in that bag. Thought I had stuck it in another bag. Okay, this is my hook and gauge bag. My mustaches. That's the inside. I love this bag. With my teal zipper. Love it. Okay. Sarah and Chris from Anna Snit are doing a baby cocktail sing-along. And I was gifted this vodka lemonade sweater. I don't know if you can see it very well. This little sweater. So I went ahead and finally cast this guy on, and I am nowhere basically on it.
She's further than me.
So it calls for DK weight yarn, and I didn't have enough DK free and ready to go. So I'm using 3 Irish Girls Adorn Held Double. And I had 8 skeins of the little black rain cloud, because I was going to make a sweater in it at some point anyways. And so this is like the perfect sweater. I was like, well, I might as well just do it. So I'm casting on. This is the collar. And you knit the collar first.
It's pretty.
I really like how it's turning out. I actually really like having that held double, because it looks like it's a design element in this, the collar and the seed stitch. But it's not. But I really like it. I really like it. So the instructions seem really pretty simple. I am using my US 5s. Yep, my Haya US 5s right now. And I have to mark my front,
I love it.
my little eggplant progress keeper. I don't know if you can see that.
I love it.
I love it. And my purple stitch markers from my Scottish Thistle stitch marker set.
Cool.
And I only caked one skein, and I figure I'm just going to cake them one skein at a time because there's so much yardage in the...
Mm-hmm. I don't want to cake up too many.
Yeah, I don't want to go through too many. I kind of am anticipating that it might only take me 6.5 skeins of the Adorn to get through this sweater.
Cool.
Also, depending on how long I want to do it. I am knitting the small size, actually. I'm not knitting the medium. I wrestled with that for a little bit. And then when I measured my shoulders, I measure at the small, not the medium. So I chose to do the shoulder measurements as opposed to the bust measurements this time around, since this sweater is not really meant to be closed anyways. I mean, you can close it, but, you know, I think I won't wear it closed. Like, some people use, like, a little shawl pin or something to pull it together, because there's no buttons or anything. But, yeah, I think it'll be pretty. It has this really fun, which you can't really see in the picture, this really fun detail at the bottom. So, I like it. I'm excited to do it. I kind of have myself some little goals, like my weekly goals. Like by the end of this weekend, I want to have my shawl collar done. And then we'll go on to phase 2. But if you guys are not participating, you totally should.
I think it's going to be May, right?
It's a 2-month knit along, so started April 1st, and then we'll go to the end of May. But yeah, it goes. You just have to use one of the baby cocktail patterns, and they're all available on Ravelry.
Love it. Yes, I'm participating in that as well. Hopefully, I haven't cast on to I don't have my yarn yet because I've been wrestling back and forth with what I'm gonna get. But
with what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I was gifted the Irish coffee sweater, so I'll be doing that one. But my last actual whip that I have cast on is another Ricky hat, because I said I was going to do one for Emma. This is my plover bird bag that I got a long time ago. I love this because it's they're like little donkeys wearing rain boots.
It's like the perfect April bag.
When I saw this bag, I like died laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. So I'm like, well, if I'm laughing that hard because these stinking donkeys are wearing rain boots, then I think I need to have it. And she's on Big Cartel now, I believe. Yeah, the Plover Bird at BigCartel.com. That's where you can find her. And she's got great bags. I have 2 of her bags. I have this one, and then my very first project bag I ever had was one that Sarah purchased for me from her, and it's my Mickey Mouse one. She does primarily drawstrings, I believe.
Yeah, I think
so. But yeah, so I'm doing, what did we call this colorway? I came up with a name for it. Raindrops on Roses, that's it. This is the Raindrops on Roses colorway that Sarah knit her sock out of. This is the DK weight again. And it's like a gray with all these fun pops of color. And again, I'm using the size 7 for the brim. And then I have my stitch marker is from Falula's shop, Stitch Marks a Spot. And this is one of the radish earring stitch markers she gave me. Luna's radish earrings.
I love that.
Me too.
Seriously.
I love all of the stitch markers I have from Stephanie. I have the 2 radish earrings, and then she gave me the Sorcerer's Stone, and then I have the 3 little Harry Potter Lego guys. I have Ron and Harry and Hermione. I love them. They're some of my favorite stitch markers. So.
I have one more whip, but I have 2 more whips, but I'm not going to show you one of them, but I am going to show you the bag that it's in, because this was another surprise package this last couple weeks.
Well, what if it's because it was your birthday?
Maybe.
It could have been.
It could have
been.
been.
We're trying to figure out why everyone is sending her fun stuff.
I know, it's awesome though. So, this is from Handcrafted at Sharon's Seaside Cottage. Can you see that?
It's so cute. It's such a
I
sweet
love it.
bag.
It's like the perfect square box. It's a perfect little cube. I love it. The fabric inside is super fun too. And it's got a great amount of interfacing. It's very sturdy. So I'm not going to show you what's in it because it is a design that I'm working on that I'm really excited about. Really excited about, and I'm hoping to have out pretty soon. But I'm in love with this bag, so thank you.
It's very sweet.
It's awesome. It's
like the little flowers.
So there's that one, and then in my bunny bag from Molly, I am working on, surprise, surprise, another pair of socks. But I'm not going to show you one side because, of course, it's also another sock design. But I am going to show you the bottom because this colorway is quite possibly my favorite colorway this spring. It's the egg hunting colorway. There are still a few available in the shop. I need a lot of things in this colorway. I love it. I really, really, really love it. And I don't know if you can see my little strawberry stitch marker that Molly gave me. That's what I'm using. So this pattern should be available soon as well. When I get some time to actually focus on it. But Molly makes these sweet little bags.
Yes, she does.
And I love Molly's bags too. Like I have like this assortment of my favorites now.
Me too.
My favorite designers for different reasons.
Me too.
So, oh, and the inside of my bag is just the same as the bottom. And she was so sweet. She sent Lydia and I a little package, and it's Molly from A Homespun House, and she has bags, and she does like brooches. I have
Stitch
this
markers.
little brooch and stitch markers, and these little progress keepers and hand warmers, and she's got an array of stuff that she does, and she also has a podcast. A Homespun House podcast. You can find it on iTunes and on YouTube, right? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So iTunes and YouTube. If you haven't checked her out, you should totally go check her out. She's the sweetest thing ever. So yeah, those are all of my whips as of right now.
I have one that was supposed to be a whip. Now it's more of a planning because it didn't actually. I cast onto it, but then I was looking at it last night and I realized that either my kids were messing with it and tried to fix it without me knowing it, but my stitches were off, or it could have just been that when I was sick, I did something that I didn't realize. But either way, I was making a pair of the Sally Tower slippers for Emma. But this is my cute little Molly bag, and I have my little brooch that she gave me. Mine has like sewing stuff, and then there's this cute little birdhouse progress keeper on it, and my fabric is also the same on the inside as it is on the bottom. But I was making the Sally's Tower slippers out of my trekking yarn that's these fun bright greens for Emma, but like I said, stitches were everywhere and not where they were supposed to be, so I don't really know what happened. But and I have my cute little kitty cat notions pouch in here.
I love these little notions pouches so much. In fact, we loved these so much, we are going to share some at some point soon.
Yeah, you guys will get them. I think they're totally cute.
I love them. They're adorable.
And I also have lotion in here. This is French lotion from Roger and Gallet that I got from Jason. And I love the way it smells. You should smell it. Oh, there goes my bag.
I love it too. Ooh, that does smell good.
And then I have to show this because I've had this candy given to me now twice in a swap that I did with a lady in Molly's group and then from Molly. But it's this Ritter's.
I love this
candy. So it's a French chocolate, no, excuse me, German chocolate company, and it's Ritter's I don't know if it's Ritter Sport or if that's just what this one says. I don't know.
With the peppermint.
With the peppermint one. Oh, Molly.
I love it.
Yum. Thank you so much for this candy because
Yeah.
I'm kind of addicted to it now.
I savored that package
Pfefferminz.
for like
Pfefferminz.
2 weeks, and you all know me. Like that is
Yep.
unheard
I know.
of.
I still have 2 pieces left.
I would not share it with anybody.
No,
else. Like,
it's yummy.
this.
And then the one that I got in my swap package was a marzipan one. Yeah, it was yummy. So I don't know if you guys have ever tried that. I don't even know where it comes from. I do know it's
We don't
German.
have it here.
We don't have it here. So it is some yummy chocolate. So
It's
if you can
amazing.
find that, you should totally get some because it's yummy. So I'll get cast onto those sometime.
Soon.
But yeah, I don't know what happened because I'm looking at it. It's like half of the sock. Honestly, I think it's that they were messing with it and the stitches all came off of one side of the needle because they had fallen down on one side. It was just, I don't know what happened. So I just ripped it out because I had only just done the toe. So, we'll just start over. But that's all my projects. But I do have, like, I look like I went on a shopping spree, which I didn't really. I just have tons of enabling.
Okay, I have 2 enabling skeins of yarn.
I have 3 skeins of yarn, a bag, and something else. Like I said, it looks like I went on a shopping spree.
Okay,
I really
let's see
did
it.
it.
I want to see it.
Okay, so my first enabling was in my swap package, for my March swap package from Susan. This is the
Oh my gosh!
this is Knitty in Color, which I have wanted to try forever, and this is their Milky Way colorway. This is her hardcore sock base. It's $24. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards, and this is the Milky Way colorway
That
from
is
Knitty in
awesome.
Color, and you can find them at knittyincolor.com. Do you guys see this? Like, look at that thing.
That's so awesome. Oh, what are you gonna make out of it?
I have no idea.
I love it.
She made, what did she make? She recently made a shawl that had one of our Harry Potter colorways in it, and I don't remember what it was, but it was one of the really bright ones from this year, and then she did black stripes in between it, and so it's like those pops of color came out.
I loved that.
I
Yeah.
don't remember which shawl it was, but
Susan, you mean, right?
yeah. So I'm almost thinking that I need to do something with black and this.
Or like a gray.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be beautiful.
So there's
I
that.
love that.
And then I have this from Nomadic Yarns, which you can find on Etsy. It's a self-striping skein. I love it.
Pretty.
And this is her trusty sock base. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 462 yards. And this is the California Love colorway. And it has teal, seafoam green, gray, mustard, and mustard. And she says if you're getting gauge that you should get about 5 to 6 rows per colorway.
I like it.
Me too. So, I don't know when I'll use it, but at some point I will. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I
It's
like
fun. It's very me colors.
it. It is very
So.
good colors.
And then my last yarn enabling is my second club colorway from Milky Robot. And she's milkyrobot.com. And this is her peach pie colorway.
I love that.
So it's very pretty. I don't know what it's going to be either. And this is her fingering weight, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 462 yards. I have some similar bases going on here, clearly.
Clearly, you
Yeah.
have most of the...
Yeah. So you can show your yarn one if you
My
want, and then I
yarn?
can show my other ones.
Okay, so
My other things.
I have 2 skeins of yarn, both new to me yarns. So in one of these packages that just came to my doorstep, I got a skein of white birch fiber arts. I've never used this yarn before. She's on Etsy, whitebirchfiberarts.etsy.com. She's from Dover, Vermont. This is 400 yards, 100 grams, 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And the name says, that thing says, screw you, like a rainbow.
That's awesome.
I love it. So this is super fun.
That neon green that's in there is fun.
So I love it. White birch fiber arts.
Very cool.
I'm super excited to see what this is. Like, I don't know if this is variegated. I don't know if this is a stripe. I really have no idea what this is going to be.
Fun.
And then the next one is my Smitten Yarn Club. Forever and ever, it has only been either Yarn Love or Three Irish Girls, and it kind of swaps back and forth. But she introduced a new dyer to her shop. It's an online shop, and so also introduced it to the club. So Becoming Art is very well known. I have always wanted to use Becoming Art, but never have had a chance. This is her agave worsted. It is 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, and 10% nylon, 200 yards. It's called Citron and Sage is the colorway. And it is amazing.
It's pretty.
I'm in love with it. So this came at the very first week in April, or the last week of March, one or the other. I think this was my March colorway, my March club. So I am expecting my April club soon. But I'm in love with it, and it is soft, and the base is just, I mean, it's just amazing. I love it. I cannot wait to play with it. So I'm very happy.
Happiness is handmade. Cute.
I love her tags.
I like it.
Yeah. So super, super cute. So I'm excited. But that's all of my, like, enabling, really. That's it.
I have another freckled whimsy bag. Because when I bought this, glasses when I bought this one too, because I couldn't help it. So it has little,
I love the cats.
Sorry, my other thing is like rolling off my lap. So it has kitty cats on the inside, this hot pink zipper. But this is the part that got me. It has mice on the inside. I couldn't help it. I was like, that's hysterical. So I bought that. And I love her bags. She's honestly become, I think, my new favorite sock bag person.
I had 2 bags in my cart for her, and I totally got cart jacked. I had this baking bag. It was not by her. But it's like this thing. Like, I keep getting cart jacked for bags. I don't get it. So I'm excited.
And then my last thing is something that my cousin Jackie made. And I do believe she is going to start having these in the shop.
Yeah?
I don't know when, but soon. But she made a pair for me and a pair for Daniela for her swap package. But she's making, look at these, you guys. They are giant knitting needles, like humongous. And she put these awesome,
That's awesome.
things on them. And then her little logo right there. Lip Syncing Ladybug. So, yeah, you can find her on Etsy too. It's lipsyncingladybug.etsy.com. But I love them. They're smooth and they're not heavy. They're, yeah. Aren't they fun?
These are really fun.
So, yeah, I'm excited to play with them. I need a big chunky cowl or something with them, I think.
This is awesome.
Aren't they cool?
Way
She
to
did a
go,
good job.
Jackie.
I know. She did a good job.
I like how light they are.
I know, they're not heavy.
Normally, when you're picking these big ones up, they're so heavy.
Yeah, they're heavy, but they're not. These ones aren't. And even the little things, the stoppers, aren't super heavy either.
She did awesome. She made this part herself, too.
Yep. It's that phyllo dough stuff, I think. I believe. Yep, she made the whole thing, top to bottom.
Well done, Jackie.
I know, aren't they cool?
That's awesome.
My husband was joking that they look like Buffy the Vampire steaks.
But slightly blinged out with the marble top there.
Yeah. But that's all my mailing. It looks like I went on a shopping spree, but really
It
I
does.
didn't.
But
I was given some of it, so.
I love it. Well, I have a question for all of you guys. I have been pondering for a while, like, what is it that you guys want to hear us talk about more often?
Yes, I agree.
What do you guys like hearing about? What do you not like hearing about? Flood the boards all around with it, please. Yes. We are very curious, and we want to be a knitting podcast that you all enjoy watching. So let us know, whether it be on iTunes or whether you're on YouTube or on the Ravelry boards. What do you want to hear about? What do you like hearing about that we talk about? What don't you really care about? Like, what are you talking about that what are we talking about that you're just like, I really don't care about that. I actually fast forward. Yeah, let us know.
Yes, please.
We're very curious, so.
We are indeed.
But I think is that...
we have our book club winner, but that's the last thing I think.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah.
So, and I'm sorry that you aren't getting this until now. It's totally my fault. But you're gonna get a copy of The Night Garden, which is the book we're reading this month. It's by Lisa Van Allen. And then you will also be getting a Progress Keeper that looks like a ship wheel.
Yes.
Because we read The Girl Who Came Home.
Yep.
And the book club winner is post number 255, which is Julie Pooley 71. So I guess it's good because Julie doesn't live very far from us, so you should get it soon. So.
Yeah. So Julie, just text me your address.
Yes.
And I will send it to you.
Yeah. But I think that's it for this time.
I think so too. So.
All right, guys. Till next time. Bye.